Hey, what's up guys? So good news, it looks like Escort has been hard at work addressing some of the issues that we've been seeing with their Redline series detectors. There's updates available now for both hardware versions of the windshield mount Redline 360c, as well as for the custom installed Redline Ci 360c. Now this update includes a quick hotfix to improve some of the alert behavior with the detector. Now as far as all the different improvements here, Escort has not yet officially posted a changelog anywhere, but a shout out to Bag and Drag, the creator of the different radar companion apps. He got in touch with Escort and shared the changelog here for this latest update, and there's two primary improvements here. Number one, the strong K-band alert presentation has been returned to the original functionality, and number two, the arrow functionality has been returned to be like they were prior to the last update. And then the response time piece is still being worked on. That's not included here in this latest update. And to test this update, especially while my police radar guns are all still out for certification, I grabbed one of my Bushnells. It's not a police radar gun, obviously, but it still transmits a standard continuous wave K-band signal. I just went outside to fire off some shots and see how the Redline now behaves, and I'm happy to report that things actually look pretty good now. When it comes to the alert presentation, we now get a full tilt alert right out of the gate. No more issues with like the initial weak signal that then has to ramp up to strong. And I also noticed that the visual display as well as the audio display both popped up immediately, which is really good to see. And then for the arrow functionality, while I haven't yet gone out to do any road testing to see how the arrows flip as you pass a radar source, I did notice in my testing that for all 10 test shots, the Redline correctly pointed straight ahead when I fired the Bushnell. And speaking of testing, a lot of the fellow testers have been sharing their results on the forum, so let's quickly take a look at those. We've got 4K TV for me, who's got a Redline Ci 360c. He's saying that the K-band is substantially better, which is pretty interesting. And then anecdotally, he also said that the K-band may be better too, but he's seeing less alerts with it. Bag and Drag has found that when you put the detector in highway mode, when you get the strong K-band alert, the detector is back with giving you the original presentation, which is the same exact thing that I saw in my testing. And then he also mentioned the fix to help the arrows transition like they did before. Then Westwind77 has also done a bunch of testing, and he has also found that they fixed the instant-on K-band presentation. And then in terms of response time, he's tested with 3 different K-band guns, and all 3 of them were very quick, lagging just a hair behind the R8. On Ka-band, specifically 34.7, again, it was lagging just a hair behind the R8. However, he did find that that's only applicable if you've got the detector seg 258. If you also turn on segments 4 and 6, it does still slow down the detector, which is, again, to be expected because of the fact that responsiveness hasn't been improved here on these detectors. DC Fluid's done some testing as well. Against the Bushnell, he found that it takes about 3 seconds to alert. And this is actually in line with what I saw with my testing. When I tested with the Bushnell, with the 10 different shots, it took about 2 to 3 seconds or so to alert, about 2.5 seconds on average. Now, Westwind77 has also done some testing with his Bushnell, and he's actually seeing much faster response time than what we're seeing. And then going back to DC Fluid's findings against the Falcon HR, a K-band police radar gun, it was quick, taking only around a second or so. And this was with the detector running 5 segments as well, not just 3. And so as you can see, when it comes to the alert presentation, that does seem to be finally addressed, which is really nice. That said, Westwind77 also shared that he just had 3 full tilt BSM punch-throughs. And this is pretty uncharacteristic of the Redline, so definitely something to pay attention to as we're all doing more road testing with our Redlines. The arrow stuff seems to be pretty good, but of course we're going to have to test more. I know a lot of people in the comments had mentioned after the last update the arrows were broken and not behaving properly, so now that the update is available, I'm really looking forward to seeing more people actually sharing their experiences as they get more seat time with the updated detectors. The response time stuff, we'll have to see kind of like how that looks as Escort continues to update it. My police radar guns, as I mentioned earlier, are still all out for certification, so it's going to take me time to actually do my full testing. When it's back and when things calm down with the holidays and vacations and all that kind of stuff, I'll do more complete response time testing with a bunch of different radar detectors, a bunch of different police radar guns, and once all that is ready, I'll of course share all that stuff with you guys. In the meantime though, please head over to the forums. That's where we're all sharing our experiences and whatnot, and that's the best place to go to get some real-time information as far as what all the improvements are that we've all been seeing. Once we get the official changelog shared from Escort, etc., all that stuff will be available in the forums, so I'll link to that down in the video description. And then lastly, I know this week is Black Friday, and I saw that Escort is actually actually added a bunch of new Black Friday deals for both the US and Canada. I've listed all that stuff over on my website, which I'll link to down below as well if you'd like to take advantage of any Black Friday deals. Obviously, there's still much more that needs to be done when it comes to further testing, when it comes to additional improvements from Escort, and then testing out those improvements. So like, this is not by any means a full solution to everything, but I'm glad to see that at least we're starting to get some progress and we're getting some updates here quickly out of Escort. Other than that, hope you guys are doing awesome. Hope you're having a great holiday season, and I'll see you in the next one.